Hello and welcome. This is part two as the recording unfortunately cut out at the last part, so I'm continuing further. The order of these codes I'm showing you are in order in which I last put them in, and like I said, I went through a whole bunch of them, including music, which had a situation that came down in here, and I missed the buy for sure because this is where you're supposed to go, but I don't want to buy back here again, so I need to go 61.8% down. And that translates to a little over 350. So that's where I have a buy order in for music. Neos is next, and when I take this low and this high, I have a 38.2% down, which says 61.8 here, but that's up movement. At around 66.7, so 66.65. That's right around this previous support, previous resistance, in which I think it could go to, and you never know, maybe it's going to take some time and I'll have this execute later in July because it'll go down a bit, up, and then eventually go there, and I'll get notified when I check, which I do a couple times a day, and then I'll execute a sell order after I buy it. VOX is next, and this is a really bad looking chart. And after this huge down move, it's had a few attempts to rally. And if this falls down, well, I'm buying at the bottom, previous level, right around this 600 and change. It's between 655 and 684. It's in that range on where I have a buy order for VOX. And this is a 3-day time frame, so this goes back quite a while. Hacker Gold, HKG. For volume, not much, so another one of those low ones, but notice this day in here, interesting situation, how it sold off down to the low like 1,000, and then it rallied, and now it's selling off, and well, I'm going to buy again pretty much a hair over 1,000. Well, I've got my buy order there, so the sellers will have to come to me, but you buy here, you can probably sell a little bit at around 15, 16, but your ultimate target would be selling at around 21. GOLOS, small volume, a little bigger than the others at 16. But the buy order that I have is a significant key Fibonacci mark down to 20, or a little over 20, within 10 basis points of 2012. So right around here, as if this support level gives in, that's probably where I would think support would be found. SNRG, a bit over, a little north of 20,000 Satoshi, which represents this previous high. This is a 1-week chart, so let's switch this over to a daily. And the 20 mark would represent the high of this point, as well as this key support level. It's also a decent sized move from this key support of 47. So if this level fails, and it sure does look like it's happening right now, and then there's a decent chance it'll probably go down towards that handle. That's where my buy order is. CPC Capricorn in a big downtrend, and a couple key levels. First is previous support, which is around 93 and 94. As well, you take the previous low, which is 9,003. So yeah, maybe a buy order, but 9,010, 9,020, and then the down target is 3,909, so maybe around 4,000 as an area where if it has a big fall, that's probably where you probably get a good buy, where it'll just have a bounce, because after this move, there's its attempt to go bullish again, and down it goes. Now with a lot of these coins, when you have everything going up and everything going down, it's going to follow suit. So if all the cryptos go back up again, this is probably going to do so, and if not, we'll expect this and all the other ones to continue to fall. RDD is next, and it came back to this key previous support level in here, and it might rally up to this point short term, maybe into the 60s. However, I'm looking to buy at 28. That's where I'm looking to go in, at 28, matching this previous support, and a 38.2% down correction. INFX, low volume again. I have calculated an area roughly at around a little over 5,000, which works out to this previous high. That if it's going to go further, that's probably an area where I would like to speculate in for a long position. Uno has just a very beautiful setup. As on this daily time frame, look at this right in here, which just happens to be a key previous fib support level as well. So a little over that one handle is where I got my buy order in for on UNO. XVC, and I bought at 10,000. I'm already down there as far as being down at this point, so they don't always work out. I will still try to unload it for the best price that I can. Right now, I'm going to keep it at this level unless it goes way down. And if it goes really way down, I'm not going to buy until it reaches previous low in the 3400s is where I have a buy order in for XVC. Vericoin, VRC, a 61.8% down correction, represents a little over 5,000, representing this previous high and even this congestion point as well. So that's where I'm going to be looking to go. It could even fall down a little bit in the lower 4,000s, and who knows with these things. But I think if it does go down there, again, you're going to get a good shot to get good gains on the play. XWC, or Whitecoin, I have a buy order in at around 74, 72, 70, one of those three numbers, as that represents the previous resistance level and a 61.8% down correction. Start, I have a buy order in at around 525 for this one, as it's a little of a deep 61.8% correction. This has been going straight down. You can make a case to even buy at this stage right now as you see it, because it's at this previous key support level. Let's move on to the next one. And that would be Dope now. That is next. And a 38.2% down correction is a little over 400, which represents this low. So that is where I have a buy order, and also coincides within the, let me just bring up on the 3-day chart so you can see it. It coincides with this previous high in here as well. Next up is Quark, only 10 Bitcoin volume, but man, this thing, where did it come from? Well, it's kind of there now, but it's also got a key support level roughly at around 1670 up to about 1726, which is where I'll be looking to be a buyer, thus with a buy order. GByte, or Byteball, is next, and this is a situation where it's already been at this level of support. So the next place in which it came from, a little over 15, is the agenda for GByte. When you see moves like this is an XC. Yeah, there's only 7 Bitcoin volume. It's almost worth having just to get those insane buy orders in. And it's really tough to determine. I'm just going to go psychological numbers on this one with 2,500. As if it has a good leg lower, then maybe I'll catch a good bottom spot. I'm really fishing for a bottom in all of these types of markets, but this one especially, as I'm using no calculations other than it just looks good on an even number and something I can try to sell later. Within Faircoin, this is a previous key level of resistance and 61.8% down. So a little over 4,000 is where I'll be waiting to be a buyer on Fair. EBST, as we can see, an uptrend starting to roll over, and the big volume again indicating such. And I think it's got room for further downside, and I think 1,500 and change, which represents this key level but a key Fibonacci point more so than anything, is why I want to be a buyer at that level, and that's why I got a bid order in over 1,500 Satoshi. EBST. BTA Beta is next, and this is a situation in just playing back to where it came from, and this is a key low, little over, or well over 9,000. So a play in the 9,000 range is where I'll be looking to buy. And then if it's breaking support at 20, I mean, the move from here to here, that looks like one floor to me, as that's how I look at a lot of these things from point A's to point B's. You go down a floor, up a floor, back and forth. So I think if it has a move here, selling up in 16 up to like 22 or so, should definitely be viable. But the volume, again, a lot of them are low. 6 on this one. I just get amazed. This is EMC2 on these moves. Having a sell order here, if those ones who did at 13, 14,000 when the price was at like at the time in the 2,800s, congratulations. And then to buy over 100 when the price at the time was 2,200. You could put some insane buy orders and get them to work. But since this move here, it's set up a little bar. So in the 300s is where I want to be a buyer. And codes like this, you can consider having extremely insane orders. Maybe 100 or even 20 might even do the trick with some of these codes. Let's now go to first, as this is one of the new ones. So this is the hourly time frame, and I'm going to be playing Fibonacci downside, taking this level, this low to this high, which translates into around 18,000 Satoshi, where I'll be looking to be a buyer on first. QRL is next, and I'm just going to play psychological here. This has been going down and down and down and down. 10,000, it's a psychological number, so a hair above that. CRB, another one of these hourly charts. I have a down target to about 12,000 based on the rally that came up to here, and at 12,000. MYST is Mysterium, same thing, playing psychology. Not much support at 40, a little bit at 30. There's definitely support on the 20, so let's try 10 as a buy order for MYST. DCT, actually, I played months ago on the Liqui exchange, and that's a spot where I noticed the buy orders were at like 20 and the sell orders were at 40, so I kept on buying at 20 and selling at 40. It was like really, really fun. But times have changed, and it's in a downtrend as well. So I'll be looking to be a buyer on this one at the 17.6 handle, which represents this low and this high as a downside target. 17.6 on descent. ADT is ad token. I'm going to play previous low hit because from this move, this is an area around a little over 900 that I think it can be a good spot to be a buyer. 912 and 1743 is the difference. So if you wanted to go even cheaper than that, then somewhere around 611 would be another good buy point as well. MTL metal, or I call Montreal because that's my 3-letter code I use for that. But anyway, it's got a bullish looking pattern. I'm not playing it on the breakout now, but if it does go further, around 90 or so is where I have a buy order for MTL. And now we got Pay, and I've got a buy order a little over 15,000 Satoshi based on this move. If it's a failed one, 15.5 is the price objective. I'll think it's headed down towards, and then I'd probably sell it around 24, 25. But it's pretty much the same with anything. When I buy them on weakness, I'll be looking to sell at key places, which was previous support. KMD is Komodo, and 21.4. That's the ballpark area in which I'll be looking to be a buyer if this continues to have further legs to the downside. Funfair, FUN, a previous low, twice hit before, roughly at around the 390 mark, is where I'm looking to be a buyer if this heads on lower. And we can do the same thing we did before. We got 391 and 800, and That would give us a downside objective, a further downside objective if that support isn't hit at around 250 for fun. Yeah, just we got some fun doing this. And Ptoy is obviously in a big downtrend as well. We'll make this the last one because, well, it is the last one. And 3,000 psychological number again within this as yet another small play, because really most of these are all small values, just a few bucks, if you will, on each one. And that's what I'm trying to make on each play is like $2, $3, $4, $5, $7, $10, and get as many as I can. Now, of course, some I'm more aggressive than others. You can definitely be bet assured that the lower volume ones have much lower bet sizes on it. Ones with higher confidence, only a couple really. I'll put in the bigger buy orders in as well. But these are just the small codes pretty much not many people are too aware of. And for me, I'm just looking at the technical aspects. I'm not going over any fundamentals, just playing this numbers game. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.